MVP award named after?
Is it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, or Bill Russell? This one should be an easy one, for sure.
So many great players, but only one has that honor.
Downtown Milwaukee is seen from the shore of Lake Michigan. And
hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Oh, Leonard in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
The offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Down low. Shot clock at 6. Puts the move on. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
That's exactly right. Miscues drive a coach crazy. You're giving them more opportunities than you're giving yourself, and that's always problematic.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. For 3, Middleton. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has zero fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. Middleton outside. Shoots over Leonard. Another miss by Middleton.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Leonard kicks to Batum. Lets it go with the 3. He can't get that one. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Giannis. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And Antetokounmpo slings it in.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Right side, George. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. And so here are the Clippers after the basket by Milwaukee. Lopez grabs the board.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Hey, guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to seeing. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Now, here is George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Well, silly foul. He realized it when it happened. That's where you'd like to see him show a little bit more discipline.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. No good from Connaughton. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against Memphis.
You don't like to count on points from your reserves, but they had some hot hands coming off the bench.
When you get that kind of a complete effort, that's a game you're going to win far more often than not.
Pulls up for three. That one, no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Bucks on top. We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trying times.
Being able to go through adversity and come out strong.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got DJ Augustine, and it's Connaughton in at the three. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second one. And the dunk by Jackson.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Here is Forbes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And here is Williams. It's rebounded by Portis. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Connaughton, and he dunks it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And there's the pass to Williams. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Jackson finds Kennard. 5 to shoot. And that's good. Reggie Jackson for three. Jackson's got 5.
I'll tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked: confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one. And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Bobby Portis.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Serge Ibaka is checked in for the Clippers. DiVincenzo passes to Middleton. And the shot goes in.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. High post, Zubac. A 3 from Morris. He can't get that one to fall. Milwaukee has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. To the middle. And the dunk by Giannis.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Jackson dishes to Morris. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Giannis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. On the wing, Morris. Guarded by Holiday. Kennard kicks to Morris. From deep. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Giannis. 4 on the clock. Zubac the pass to Jackson. And the Clippers miss again. Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. That's tipped. Holiday finds Middleton. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Morris. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Beverley against Howard. Outside, Batum.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
George against Howard. Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Beverley against Holiday. And Ibaka kicks to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Holiday against Beverley. Back to George. Trying to end the drought. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Deep. No good that time.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to a slim. And that'll...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Ibaka. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4-man position. Giannis against Batum. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
Pass to Leonard. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV Center. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Here's Beverley. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And if Giannis is anywhere close to you, don't shoot it. His length covers a ton of ground, and boy, is he fast.
And so it's Leonard with it. They'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 6. In the corner, George with it. Gets a very good look and converts. George has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Middleton got it from 16 feet. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
George passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, a high percentage scorer with a great shot selection. Ibaka knows when to send it home.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Lopez up top. It's Middleton at the elbow. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers trail by 3. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Here's DiVincenzo. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Outside, George. And there it is for him. George has got 7 points.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Bucks leading by 3. DiVincenzo finds Lopez. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Leonard, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Tipped away. Stolen by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Augustine dishes to Antetokounmpo. And Augustine kicks to Portis. And again, the Bucks miss.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And Leonard has it in the corner. He got it up. And no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Antetokounmpo out there with Bobby Portis. And there's DJ Augustine. And it's Connaughton in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe. The Clippers trail. Williams scanning the floor. Dishes it to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Inside and stolen by Portis. Fast break, Milwaukee. Giannis with the ball. Here is Forbes. But they recover it. Here's Giannis. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
No good on that one. Torrey Craig. He's checked in for Milwaukee. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Paul George is checked in for Jackson.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs them.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And they call an illegal screen here.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Portis with it. George picks him up. Connaughton passes to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Zubac kicks to Williams. Leonard looking around. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Pass to Craig. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Leonard with the steal. From 17 feet out. No good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. Portis, the pass to Connaughton. Back to Portis. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lob pass to George. And stolen by Portis. One-on-one fast break. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills. And tonight, it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. The Clippers also changing it up. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot. And most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
Boy, how big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Torrey Craig. And Middleton subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Lopez with the ball. Leonard picks him up. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Holiday against Beverly. On the wing, Middleton finds Holiday. Shot clock at 5. Middleton against Leonard. Misses in close. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The Bucks shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. And Giannis throws it down.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Middleton against Leonard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. .35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Middleton outside. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Leonard on the wing, defended by DiVincenzo. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. George, no good. Middleton looking it over. Kicks it to Holiday. From deep three-point range, offline. So a close game sees Milwaukee. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.
First, what is your organization looking for in order to defend the title?
All we're looking for in this year's draft to kind of help us.
The activity in front of the Brooklyn. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Baca is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Rockets. Irving surveying the floor. Harris kicks to Harden. And it's sent back by Leonard. And he's able to get it back. Clock at 4. And Jordan gets it to go.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
Here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Jordan against Beverley. The 3 from KD. Paul George grabs the miss. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Beverley with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Leonard kicks to George. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. And then Durant with the dunk.
Aggressive move by KD. It gives this team a different attitude when he's attacking the rim.
George passes to Batum. Harris against Leonard. Goes back up. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
And that time, the defender a little out of control. Serge Ibaka wily enough to draw the foul.
And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
Here's Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Now Beverley, 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Harden can't hit.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The shot by George, no good.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Irving kicks to Durant. Harden surveying the D. And the jam by Harden.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Now, here's Jordan. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
The shot's good from Irving.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
George against Irving. Puts it up from 17. George, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Harden. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Harden's got his second basket of the game.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Ibaka finds Beverly. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. And Ibaka slams it in.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
And he's good on the second. Clippers trail by 3. Now, here's Kennard. 14 points from him the last game against the Wizards in Washington. Morris kicks to Kennard. Back to Morris, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to...
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ibaka is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Williams at the point guard position.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
And the dunk by Zubac.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Jackson dishes to Morris. And taken away by Brown. Brown with the dunk.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
And the Clippers have possession, following the bucket by the Nets. Good work there as it goes.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Shamet the pass to Jordan. Back to Shamet. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Clock at 6. Green the pass to Brown. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Brooklyn making some changes. Kevin Durant's checked in for Jordan. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Landry Shamet. The Clippers also making some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Lou Williams. Leonard looking over the floor. Here's Zubac. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Irving against Jackson. Irving's shot is good. And the Nets lead by 1.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. To the inside, Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
It's stolen by Green. To the paint. Here's KD. Right side Green. Nobody near Irving. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
There's 47 seconds left in the first half. And George, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Batum against KD. And on the way from Irving for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
To the middle. Here's Batum. Up top, Zubac. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Leonard has it in the corner. Outside for Batum. George against Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Zubac has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
And all right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period came to a close with them holding. And that.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
Harden out there with Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant. And it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Up top, Leonard. Guarded by Harris. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Irving passes to Harden. Durant feeling it out a bit. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Durant's got his second basket.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Leonard. Providing around 26.5 points a game, rarely has an off night.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Paul George with the steal. And they're moving it up for the lead. Up Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Ibaka's got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Harden the pass to Jordan. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And George kicks to Zubac. There's the pass to Beverly. And it's sent back by KD.
You forget, Durant has the reach of a center. He can provide rim protection.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Brooklyn. And then for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. Now here's Durant. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. And that one's good, Shamet. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
And Brooklyn has possession. Brooklyn trailing. Harden with it. Pass to Shamet. Passes it to Jordan. Over Ibaka. No good from Jordan. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Out to Morris. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Williams inside. He's covered by Shamet. Ibaka, no luck. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Durant. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Nets. 1:12 left in the third quarter. Williams kicks to Ibaka. Dishes to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Morris passes to Ibaka. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for the game with the Mavericks, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
Now here's Harden. He's got 7. Pass to Shamet. In the corner, it's Harris. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Luwawu is checked in for Landry Shamet. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Here's George. Back to Williams. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, offensive rebound is largely about hustle. Paul George plays with great energy and focus.
And the basket by Harden.
He has done everything possible to keep his team in this one. What a performance from him.
Morris looking over the floor. Off target with his 3. Tie game in Brooklyn. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. Irving can't hit. The Clippers shooting at 50% in a decent groove. The pass to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. Morris dishes to Williams. Pass to Batum. Knocks it loose. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. And the Nets making a change here. Durant's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Leonard's checked in. Now here's Williams. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Outside for Batum.
Right here.
Just his first attempt. A rebound by the Nets.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Irving's shot is good.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
The Clippers trail. George looking around. A few possessions in the fourth quarter, just over a minute played.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Passes it to Irving. Six to shoot. Launches it. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
That's his second three-pointer of the night. One in each half. Trying to keep the defense honest.
Now here's Leonard. George, that's a two-pointer. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And it's 8 points for George.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Irving against Williams. Irving passes to KD. The shot misses. And the Clippers will come the other way. And George, here we go, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Pass to Green. George against Brown. Back to Green. Brown outside. Here's Irving. Harris kicks to Irving. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Clippers making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Leonard against Harris. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Irving against George. Harris passes to Green. Here's the floater. Batum against Durant. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
And it's Leonard at the elbow. And here's Batum. Leonard inside. Harris is there. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
So for the Nets, Jordan comes in for Jeff Green. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Out to Harris. On the wing, Irving. Defended by George. Durant against Batum. Kicks it out to Harden. This one for 3. Durant. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Leonard inside, guarded by Harris. It falls!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now here's Jordan. Back to Irving. Harden against Beverly. The putback, money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
DeAndre is relentless on the boards. If you hesitate boxing him out for a second, you are toast.
Outside Leonard. Yes!
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Over in the corner, Beverly. Inside, here's George. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
So the Clippers with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
season. You know, not even a personal highlight for me. I think it was a highlight for the whole league that we beat them. You know, everybody kind of didn't want them to win all the money and stuff like that. So when somebody finally did beat them, and it was us.
Well, and as things get...
Kevin, thank you very much.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. A moment now to check out some numbers for Paul George.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
And the Clippers starting 5. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. And here's Beverly, following the 3-pointer from Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Beverly dishes to Leonard. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And both these coaches, Chris, tonight have plenty of options on their benches. Depth, a big part of what these teams do well.
Yeah, most great teams in the league, Kevin, have fantastic 6th and 7th options. I mean, depth means so much during the regular season.
James is just remarkable, showing no remorse when he's attacking the rim.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Leonard with the ball. Gasol covering, and Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
James, the pass to Gasol. And Gasol with the dunk.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Schroeder against Beverly. Ibaka looking for an opening. And George, here we go. Count the basket. George has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now, here's Gasol. He averages about 5 points a game.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Pass to George. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Schroeder dishes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. From down in the low post, it goes.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
George against Caldwell Pope. Shots good by Ibaka.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Beverly against Schroeder to the inside. And the rejection by Ibaka. James kicks to Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. It's good.
Terrific off the catch. I mean, Gasol right into the shooting range.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Passes it to Leonard.
He did everything right there except hit the shot.
Caldwell Pope for 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, and sometimes it just comes down to a couple of critical plays which you need to execute in close, ugly games.
And the basket is good. Gasol's got 6. There's 53 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Caldwell Pope against George. Ibaka, and Ibaka is right there.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Here's Schroeder. Can't hit from the elbow. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnover.
They had them in their heels the whole game. The intensity of their defense was a key factor.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Outside, George. He feeds it to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Serge Ibaka. He's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding
the way he plays defensively. You know what he stands for.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former defensive players of the year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter.
An elite passer at his position. I mean, James always seems to make the right decision.
Over in the corner, Zubats. Back to Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. A 3 from Morris. It's not going to go for him. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
I mean, flat out. I mean, I thought they looked overmatched. I mean, I thought they lacked aggressiveness and heart out there.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA, just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer. And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Williams with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
To stop the run. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Lakers leading by 6. Down low. The shot's good from Kuzma.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul.
Just got a little ahead of himself going for that rebound and gets whistled for the over-the-back.
We see this a lot. The ball looks so good coming your way. It's hard to resist reaching over.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jackson, he's checked in for Serge Ibaka. And the wide-open shot from Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's something that happens to every team. You just have to ride it out, play your hardest, and live with the results.
Williams passes to Zubats. Morris looking over the floor. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers trail by 8. Williams kicks to Morris. The pass to Zubac. Outside Williams. Trying to get something going. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Kuzma. Finished off the break. Kuzma's got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
There's Williams with the 3. That shot off, and the Lakers will go the other way with it.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Pass to Horton Tucker. Kuzma with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Lakers leading by 10.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 4th rebound in this one. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. 5 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Schroeder. No good there with the step-back J. And that concludes the first half. Lakers lead by 12.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period... And that'll do it for our halftime.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Serge Ibaka has been sensational.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George, and it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. Morris, no good. Clippers trail by 12. Goes up. Whoa! I mean, that's a rugged play.
Gracious. And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
But they'll get another chance. LeBron outside. From downtown. He is hauled in by Paul George.
Ugh, ugly start. The second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
And here's James outside. They get it again. No good. Shot missing.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Shots good by Ibaka.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Peter passes to Morris. Poked away. Batum with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody. Oh!
Did you see that speed from Batum, showing the real tenacity on defense to come up with the steal?
Schroeder against George. Schroeder, right side.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Clippers trail by 6. Inside. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
championship night. I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah. Got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face. Yeah.
Oh, ouch. James lays it up off the glass. LeBron's got 6.
He's just super efficient when he's close to the rim. James is like a master at knowing which way to take it.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Well, I mean, anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
Keeps it alive. And Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
George passes to Batum. Lob pass to George. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 10. LeBron left side. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. Leonard on the wing. Back to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
Second chance opportunity so big in this instance. They have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play.
And it's George finishing it off.
A perennial all-defensive pick. George's quick hands create a lot of transition opportunities.
It's Schroeder with the drop. Good on the bucket. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the game to go. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Outside Leonard, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's an unforced error. That will drive the coach crazy. Got to play heads up out there.
Some changes for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. The Clippers also changing it up. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Leonard. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score. Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level. I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
A 3 off the inbound. Can't hit that one. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Lakers ahead, up 3. And we're coming back in just... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, that's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Morris with the bucket.
Well, yeah, Morris is just a tremendous shooter. He has great touch from beyond the arc.
Caruso looking for an opening. He kicks it to Harrell. Shot clock at 3. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. George against James. George passes to Zubac. They get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. "60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth." Kicks it out to Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and James throws it down.
James is effective at getting near the basket. Always look for dunking it home.
Leonard inside. Morris outside. Puts up a 3. Williams passes to Zubac. Shot clock at 5. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The shot by George, no good. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Check out Kuzma's quick and fluid release. No wonder he can get it going from mid-range.
Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Harrell down low. Working on Zubac. Floats it up there for Harrell. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And Morris throws it down.
These shots are important for Morris to make, demonstrating why he is seen as a leader of this squad.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Williams dishes to George. A rebound by the Lakers. LeBron's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Kuzma slams it in.
Growing up before our eyes, Kuzma, shots like this reinforce the fact that he's the real deal.
A 3 from Morris gets the 3-pointer to fall. Morris has got 8 here in the quarter.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Zubac finds Williams, and the shot is good. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And just a fluid offensive talent with really a knack for getting to his spots. You hook him so hard to keep up with.
From deep, James. The Lakers rebound. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And James loves these big moments. He isn't afraid to shoot it when the game is on the line.
Outside Leonard. There's the lob to the hoop. And the dunk by Zubac.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Caruso kicks to LeBron. There's 38 seconds left in the 4th. Another miss by LeBron.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off. And whatever it was at halftime worked because their offense far more effective here in the second. They finally found some sets that are working for them.
Williams against LeBron. And James throws it down hard.
Love how fierce James is. A ferocious dunk artist.
And here are the Clippers now. 3-point lead. Here's George. High post, Zubats. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Hi, everyone. And a chance here to check out some stats for Paul George.
And, guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Baca is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Batum against Giannis. That one drops for him. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. But whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Now here's Batum. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. 5 on the clock. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
And so just over a minute and a half played. To the paint. DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton. And a miss there on the triple. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
Holiday against Beverly. Holiday the pass to Lopez. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's Leonard. Rebounded by the Bucks. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Outside Leonard. To the middle. Here's Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
DiVincenzo finds Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. The 3. And DiVincenzo is good for 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Yeah, you know, that differential jumps off the page to me. And whether it's more disciplined defense or more aggressive offense, they've got to look to flip that script tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Kennard in for Kawhi Leonard. Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Portis, the pass to Connaughton. Yes, that goes in.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Clippers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Now the pass to Williams, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Here's Connaughton. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Memphis.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Now here's Jackson. Fast break, Milwaukee. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Connaughton kicks to Augustine. 1:02 left in the first quarter. Back to Connaughton. Just 5 on the clock. Forbes the pass to Connaughton. Offline with his 3. Clippers trail by 3. The feed now to Morris. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Williams against Augustine. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, I tell you what, for Augustine being as small as he is, he's crafty and he's stronger than he looks, which allows him to finish through tough defense.
The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Wizards in Washington. Jackson passes to Kennard. Chalk up 2 there.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Here is Forbes. Here's Portis. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Bucks lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And
I like to stay locked in to the game. And
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Kennard is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Following the 3 by Milwaukee. Morris into the lane. Pass to Beverly. Jackson kicks to Morris. There's the triple. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game. Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Now here is Augustine. Passes to Connaughton. Lays it up and banks it in. Connaughton's got his second basket of the night.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Pass to Forbes. Over Jackson. Here's Portis. And the pass to Augustine. A floater. Portis. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Augustine passes to Craig. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Portis kicks to Craig. Back to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Kennard after the basket by Milwaukee. Jackson passes to Kennard. Shoots the three. The rebound by the Bucks.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Morris finds Kennard. Outside Jackson. That one doesn't go. Now the Bucks take it the other way. All sorts of time. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And now it's an 8-point Bucks lead. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to is really paramount.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Middleton with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. The drive by Lopez.
Big 7-footer rumbling into the lane.
Clippers trail by 10. Williams dishes to George. Back to Williams. Taken away by Holiday. Here we go, one-on-one. Lobs it up for Holiday. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Batum throws it down.
When these looks open up for Batum, he's an intelligent scorer, and he takes advantage of those opportunities with no hesitation.
On the wing, Giannis. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And though he's still young, Giannis Antetokounmpo is already elite. I mean, his athleticism and length, really hard to contain.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. There's 25 seconds left here in the second. George against DiVincenzo. It goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Paul George. Giannis against Williams. Middleton on the wing. From deep. Here's Lopez. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the drive. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you back. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that'll do it for...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Bobby Portis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
Now here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Giannis. It's 2-on-1. Moving it up. And he gets it to go.
To me, this is the next step for Giannis, wanting to improve that jump shot, especially off the catch.
Beverly for 3. Lopez grabs the board. Bucks leading by 12. Middleton looking it over. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Beverly. Middleton's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Pass to George. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's Leonard missing.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Lopez finds Holiday. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. It's good on the putback. Lopez has got the lead up to 14 now for Milwaukee.
Watch out now. Lopez crashing in to put it home.
Beverly the pass to George. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
Bounce pass, Holiday. Shoots from 12. Antetokounmpo kicks to Holiday. The shot by Middleton, wide open. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Middleton's got 5 now.
Boy, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his, pure as white-driven snow.
A shot by Batum, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. They're scoreless since the first half.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
And here is Lopez after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Middleton for 3, buries the long-range jumper. Middleton's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Bucks. Here's Beverly. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one is on Holiday.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league. But that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And Milwaukee with a change here too. Connaughton's checked in. Now here is Holiday. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And the rejection by Zubac. Right side George. No good from Zubac.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Lopez with the steal. Kicks it to Middleton. Back to Lopez. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's George over Giannis. George, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Middleton for 3. Good on the triple. Middleton's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Morris passes to Williams. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Connaughton kicks to Middleton. Over Morris. Middleton can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Bucks ball. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Bounce pass, Holiday. And here's Morris for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Milwaukee holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Morris in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Holiday with it. Teardrop shot. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 21.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And here's Middleton following Marcus Morris's three. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Right side, Portis. The Bucks working the ball around. 6 to shoot. George against Middleton. The shot off that time.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Morris, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here is Holiday. Fires from deep. Middleton can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Boy, Williams, one of the league's best at drawing fouls off the drive. Boy, he's as crafty and slick as they come.
Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
He'd be brilliant, and Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
We know, Greg, the NBA is full of superstars, yet you can foul out of the game after 6 personal fouls, and some have suggested instead just tacking on an extra free throw when a player commits their 6+ foul, and then they can stay in the game.
You know, I think something along those lines could make sense. No doubt it's tough to see the marquee player riding the bench because it's not just the 6th foul, right? In some coaches, you pick up 2 in the first quarter, you're done for the quarter. You pick up a 3rd in the second, you're done for the half.
Yes.
So I would like to see something, but I think it's got to also be fair. Maybe you get free throws and another possession. Maybe something along those lines might be in the best interest of the game.
The shot's good from Forbes.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Hits the three-point bomb.
Beverly looking to score as soon as he gets the ball now, so you can't give him any room.
To the inside, Portis. That's in. Augustine with the assist. 8 points for Bobby Portis.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
It's Solomon. It's a Kumbo. And there's the call on Lou Williams. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Paul George is checked in for Lou Williams.
Paul George.
Craig passes to Augustine. 2 points. That one goes. And the Bucks lead by 20.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Outside Portis. And Augustine kicks to Forbes. Down low. At the elbow, it's Antetokounmpo. Lets it go from 11. That one a little long.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that third meeting.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Chris Middleton.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Here's Kabengele. Kennard, the pass to Kabengele. Makes it off the glass.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
It's Portis, high post. The Bucks working the ball around. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the paint. Here's Jackson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Three-pointer Augustine, no good. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This was a very... David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and...
That you were looking or excited to see in the draft pool or to play in the 2K League next season?
A couple guys that I'm excited to play against, or excited just to see in the league in general. You got Crazy, who's probably going to go #1. No Love Czar. He's a guy that he's been playing for years. I'm excited just to play against him. Glow the Real, another guy. Really.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the... And let's...
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot.
With his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Jordan high post. Harris outside. Jordan finds Irving. The shot. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game. Well, Greg, fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Here's Durant. On the wing, Harden. On the wing, Harris. Outside, KD. Over George. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Well, that's a smart shot by KD. Sizes up the D and then just cashes in.
George passes to Leonard. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Batum and the dunk by Batum.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Harris outside. Left side Durant shoots over Batum. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Passes it to Beverly. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Shoots from 14. Irving can't get it to go. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. Ibaka finds Leonard. And that one, good.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Irving from long range. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
KD with it. He has been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Wizards. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. On the wing, Batum. Top of the key, Ibaka. Lock at 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved spread, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group in for the Nets. Jeff Green is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Now here's Brown. Morris looking over the floor. Here's Ibaka. Rebounded by the Nets. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, their defense wasn't exactly solid in that game. So if they could make up for mistakes by causing some turnovers, it might have helped. They didn't even get those.
Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
KD dishes to Green. In the corner, Shamet with it. Brown outside. And the rejection by Zubac. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Los Angeles on top. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Williams at the point. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Outside Williams.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year last season. Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the 6th men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Brooklyn trailing. Brown finds Shamet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Green leading the charge. Shamet up top. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston. Here's Harden. Here's Jordan. A second chance effort. Kicks it out to Harden. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. For the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lou Williams. And then for Brooklyn, Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. And the shot goes down. Jackson's got his first points in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Paul George with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Leonard the pass to Batum. Jackson kicks to Batum. Leonard, that's for 2. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Leonard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. Beverly against Harden. Outside for Jordan. The pass to Irving. Got a piece of it. Pass to Harden. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Here's Jordan. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Los Angeles leading by 5. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Irving from long range. Out to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Jackson. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. On the wing, Batum. Ibaka right side. Outside for George. Ibaka against Harris. Ibaka, no luck.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Here's George. James Harden picking up that last basket. And it's good. 2 points. Ibaka's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Harris with it. George picks him up. Irving against Leonard. From past the arc. No good from Irving.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Batum throws it down.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Kevin Durant's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for James Harden. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Los Angeles with another miss. Williams against Irving. Durant just inside the line. Morris with the rebound. On offense, here are the Clippers. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. The shot's good from Kennard.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
It's Durant on the wing. Pulls it from the elbow. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. KD's got 7 points.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many.
Oh, and he beat it.
Did they just do that, Kevin? They just did.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points and 1 assist. And that'll...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Outside for Batum. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. That one misses. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Harris outside. Durant in the corner. With the shot. They get it back. Here's Jordan, and the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Irving finds Jordan. Back to Irving. KD on the wing. His three-pointers off the mark.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now, here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Then for the Nets, Green comes in for Jordan. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Irving. Clippers leading by 12.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Outside Jackson. Here's George. He feeds it to Beverly. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
You want Patrick Beverly to shoot, but maybe not as open as that, knocking down the mid-range.
Harden the pass to Shamet. Durant against Batum. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 14 points again thanks to the basket from Durant.
You're loving the confidence. Just rise and be free, and you know you can do this.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
Now, here's Zubac. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Sweet finish from Paul George there. I like to see him get up to the rim like that.
Harden against Beverly. Harden the pass to Green. Here's Harden on the wing. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Pass to Beverly. George, that's a two-pointer. And it's off the back rim. No good. Nets trail by 14. Green finds Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shamet with it. Here's Durant. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Batum. Morris comes in for George. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Jackson. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Luwawu is checked in for the Nets. Brown comes in for James Harden. And he makes that one. KD's got 11 points.
Well, that could have easily been an and one. Durant showing terrific body control after contact.
Morris outside for the 3. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Morris has got 5 points in the quarter.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
They get the rebound. Here's Brown. Outside for KD. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
This has been relentless from KD here tonight. The defense has tried to adjust, not once, but several times, and nothing working.
Williams passes to Zubac. The kick out to Williams. Here's Kennard. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Brown. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Luke Kennard. Kawhi Leonard is out there at Morris. Then it's Williams. And it's Ibaka in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here's Brown. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Williams. And stolen by Williams. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me. But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Ibaka, this is to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Morris outside. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. KD with the bucket.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Outside Leonard. Williams for 3. Rebound Brooklyn. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Brown outside. Morris with the rebound.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Nets trail by 15. Brown the pass to Irving. The kick out to Brown. It's stolen by Morris. Jordan against Leonard. Kennard for 3. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Jordan the pass to KD. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
A different look for the Clippers. Kevin Gelly's checked in, and Georgia subbed in for Kennard. Here's Durant. And again, it's the Nets missing. Clippers leading by 15. Can they get it? Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And yes, it's good.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
Here's Leonard after the made shot from KD. The alley-oop layup, very well done. And the Clippers lead by 15.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Again, Irving missing. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Leonard inside. He's covered by Brown. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Here's Irving. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Claxton the pass to Perry. Now Patterson. Near the three-point line, it's Morris off the mark. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it.
Let's see what's blooming in these fresh cut play bouquets. Our first play is from Machiavelli 1020 in the Rec. Don't be intimidated into quitting when
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And how about we check the numbers for Paul George?
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at the 4 spot. And it's Schroeder missing. And so Beverley will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Lobs it up for Ibaka. George finds Leonard. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players.
But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Ibaka. Just 5 to shoot. Outside for Batum. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by LeBron. Here's the Lakers with the ball. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
Morris, no good.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Passes it to George, and he banks in the layup.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
The drive by Schroeder, and he gets the bucket. Now Beverly. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very.
Oh, the power on that throwdown!
Wow. LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
James controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Clippers trail by 7. And George kicks to Leonard. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Ibaka finds Batum. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Now here's LeBron. He's got 9. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
So why does LeBron James have the ball in his hands? Because look at that 6th sense. Wow, what a pass.
Leonard with no one around. And the Clippers miss again.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Schroeder dishes to Gasol. Paul George with the steal. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. First trip to the line for him here.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
Well, with multiple 6th Man of the Year awards to his credit, Lou Williams will be remembered as one of the best bench players in NBA history.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for George.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Offensive rebound, Zubac, and the rejection by Harrell.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Morris inside. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Caruso. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
You have got to be a low mistake team in today's NBA, because once those turnovers start piling up, you're giving your opponent too many extra looks.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be right back after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
So for the Lakers right now, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2. Kennard for 3. Doesn't go that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
And here's Morris for 3. Caruso grabs the miss. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Poke loose. Pass to Kuzma. And there's the pass to Harrell. Back to Kuzma. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Kuzma. Harrell's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers. Clippers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound the Lakers. James outside. Pass to Caruso. Out to the right wing. Here's Horton Tucker. Kennard covering. Snatched up. Here's Harrell. Here's Caruso. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Another shot. And it's Harrell missing. Clippers trail by 11. On the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
And the second chance effort by Jackson.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Horton Tucker's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Nobody near Williams. And the 3 off target. Lakers leading by 11. Feeds it to Harrell. And the rejection by Zubac. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Harrell with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And then for the Lakers, Marcus All's checked in for Harrell. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Caldwell Pope pass to Schroeder. Inside, here's Gasol. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, the activity of Marc Gasol gets the defense to react and an opportunity to make some free throws. Well, you think about Marc Gasol, this is a former defensive player of the year. Obviously, he's not the star or the focal point he was at the peak of his career, but this guy still impacts the game at a very high level.
Leonard on the wing. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first half. Lakers leading by 11. Here's Schroeder. Yep, that one goes. Schroeder's got his second basket of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Up again. It's good on the putback.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
To the middle. Here's Schroeder. It's blocked. And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. And Ibaka slams it in.
And Ibaka can really get up on these lob attempts. Great at finishing strong when he's near the rim.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. And it's blocked by Ibaka. George finds Leonard. He can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that position.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 11 points, and of course, and that.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. It's been a clinic out there by James.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the three. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. He doesn't hit that one. Floats it up for James. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
Leonard on the wing. Back to George. Gasol with the steal. Pass break, the Lakers. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Morris, no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 11-point game. And it's Beverly missing.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And finished off by LeBron.
This is where the defense says, uh-oh, because LeBron James is cooking.
And Beverly kicks to Batum. Caldwell Pope against George. Some solid defense from Gasol.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Morris. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, Dennis Schroeder over the years, boy, as he started to harness all that energy and talent.
The Lakers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. The Lakers also making some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi mixing it up.
James in the post. Zubac defending. He's feeling it. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one drops. Harrell's got his second bucket of the night. Clippers trail by 15. Williams finds Leonard. Plenty of space. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Good, and the assist goes to James. Schroeder's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You love the no hesitation from Dennis Schroeder. Just catch fire and let it go.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
LeBron against Leonard. James. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's deflected. George dishes to Morris. A rebound by the Lakers. Caruso's got his 4th rebound in this one.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for 1/5 of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Again, the miss by Morris. And it's the Lakers on the break. Kuzma with the ball. LeBron passes to Harrell. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Harrell's got 6 points. Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
And the Lakers making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Williams against Kuzma. Here's Horton Tucker. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 18. Leonard kicks to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And it falls over the rim and in. He's got 5.
Well, just so good at taking advantage of the mid-range. Marcus Morris feels comfortable in that area.
Pass to Kuzma. 23 seconds left in the third. And it's Harrell missing. The Clippers shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Here's George. Here's Zubac. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Here's Schroeder on target from 13 feet.
Well, I do like seeing Schroeder get to the mid-range because that shot's still an important one in today's NBA.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Lakers. Marcus Saul is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Count it. And the Lakers lead by 16.
How about the vision of Markieff Morris? Hits the open man, has a good feel for the game. Boy, this guy can do a lot of things.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. That's good from Beverly.
And we know Patrick Beverly is one of those guys, you love having him on your team. But if you're an opponent, you absolutely despise this guy's toughness and the way he embraces the defensive end of the floor. Patrick Beverly has dug it out of the dirt and created a great career.
The feed to Morris. 6 to shoot, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Clippers have possession. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 13. And Ibaka is right there.
Well, you've simply got to keep Ibaka off the glass. When you don't, he is there to clean up the mess.
It's Schroeder with the drive. Crafty move. Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Second minute off the clock now in the 4th. On the wing, Batum. Fires from the corner. He gets that one.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Here's Schroeder, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And that one misses. A lot of talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other. But ultimately, nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Beverly, the pass to George. Outside Leonard. Back to George. Leonard inside, working on James. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Well, let's remember, Serge Ibaka is a defensive presence. This guy, an elite shot blocker early in his career, and he is now a capable scorer from just about anywhere.
Pass to Harrell. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Back to Harrell. 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Beverly. George finds Beverly. Here's George. Misses the 3. Morris passes to LeBron. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. The shot's good. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Batum, good.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. They grab their own miss. Harrell kicks to LeBron. It's hauled in by George. Now the Clippers with it. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter, and it's in there.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
LeBron against Leonard. Shoots over Leonard. Another miss by James.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L. Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And that time, also a missed shot. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. It counts.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really?
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.